Welcome friends, let us go for the next part of discussion, that is identification of oxidation number as well identification of oxidizing agent as well as the reducing agent. There are many compounds. Generally compound is chemical combination of many of the atoms, and one atom may be present at the center. It will be connected to many of the monovalent atoms, divalent atoms. Because it is present at the center, it can combine, it is having a combination capacity, it is having the maximum combination capacity with many of the atoms. Such of an atom is said to be the central atom. Basically the oxidizing and the reducing nature is decided by the central atom's behavior or central atom's oxidation number. In reference to the possible oxidation number of the central atom, we can decide whether it can act as oxidizing agent or the reducing agent. Yes, central atom can maintain many varieties of oxidation states. Suppose a compound with central atom is having highest possible oxidation state. Then what is the other chance left for that? It can reduce the oxidation number. Reduction, that is decrement in oxidation number, is possible by gaining of electrons. Hence, it is provoking others. It is provoking the counter reagents to lose the electrons, and that process is said to be the oxidation. For that oxidation, it is acting as an agent, hence it is said to be the oxidizing agent. Thus, compound with the central atom with highest possible oxidation states are always acting as oxidizing agents. Let us go for an example. Here, list of examples are there: potassium permanganate, potassium dichromate, perchloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, potassium chlorate, potassium bromate, potassium iodate. These are all are examples. Almost all in every case, the central atom maintains the possible highest oxidation state, and in some cases, the most possible highest oxidation state is maintained. Hence, these are all are examples for the best oxidizing agents. Let us go for the potassium permanganate. Yes, the potassium permanganate. Here, the total potassium permanganate, there is an ionic bond between the potassium as well as the manganate ion. Potassium is present in positive oxidation state. As we know, first A group elements always maintains +1 as the oxidation state. So that for the remaining anionic portion, which is covalently connectivity of manganese and the oxygens, maintains -1 as the oxidation state, that is MnO4 as minus. So in that, manganese and oxygen is having lot of difference in electronegativity. Oxygen is more electronegative, generally maintains negative as oxidation state. So manganese maintains plus. How many oxygens we are having there? 4 oxygens we are having. So therefore manganese plus 4 of -2 will becomes equal to charge present on the ion. What is the charge present on the anionic portion? -1. So therefore the oxidation number of manganese is -1 plus 8 will becomes equal to +7. Whereas manganese is scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, that is 3d5 and 4s2. So it loses its all possible 7 electrons, which are of 4s of 2 electrons and 3d of 5 electrons. Total 7 electrons left from the system, and it is present with the +7 oxidation state in this compound. So if it involves in chemical transformation, it gains the electrons, and it may be transferred to either of manganese +4, manganese of +2, any of the other related compounds of manganese formation, otherwise manganese of +6, such kind of compounds formation takes place. So therefore, every particular case it is gaining electrons in place, it is acting as oxidizing agent. Yes, let us go for potassium dichromate. Here 2 potassiums having 2 units of positive charge, 2 chromiums followed by 7 oxygens, -14 will becomes equal to 0 because it is a neutral species. Hence that chromium is maintaining +6 as the oxidation state. Here highest possible oxidation state is present, hence it is also acting as oxidizing agent. Similarly HClO4, here hydrogen +1, chlorine we have to find out. Oxygen generally maintains -2, 4 oxygens, 4 of -2 will becomes equal to -8. Overall the oxidation number of chlorine is 7 +7, that is one of the highest possible oxidation state, hence it is also just acting as oxidizing agent. The same fate for the sulfur and sulfuric acid, nitrogen of the nitric acid, Similarly, potassium iodine maintains +5 as the oxidation state, one of the possible higher oxidation state, hence it is also just acting as oxidizing agent. Similar to oxidizing agents, compounds with the central atom having of lowest possible oxidation states always readily wants to increase their oxidation number, hence they are acting as reducing agents. Suppose hydrogen sulfide, ferrous sulfide, sodium thiosulfate, SnCl2. In these of all, central atom is having one of the lowest possible oxidation state. It want to increase the oxidation number, hence it is acting as dust reducing agent. Suppose in case of sulfur, let us see H2S. Whereas the oxidation number of sulfur present in hydrogen sulfide is of -2 state. If you look at any of the possible oxidation states of the H2S related reactions, it will increase the oxidation number, maybe to sulfur, maybe to sulfur 2 plus, maybe to sulfur 4 plus, maybe to sulfur +6. Like this, in every case of different varieties of possible chemical transformation, it want to increase the oxidation number, hence it is just acting as a reducing agent. Similarly, here in ferrous sulfate, ferrous is having +2 state, it want to increase, hence it is acting as a reducing agent. Similarly, in sodium thiosulfate, Na2S2O3, the average oxidation state of sulfur can be given by 2 sodiums, 2 sulfurs, and 3 oxygens will becomes equal to 0 because it is a neutral species. As a whole, 2 sulfurs is maintaining +4, sulfur is maintaining +2 state. It want to increase the oxidation number, hence it is acting as dust reducing agent. Similarly, in SnCl2, this is belongs to the carbon family and maintaining +2 as the oxidation state, whereas the highest possible stablest oxidation state is +4. To attain +4, it readily loses the electrons, hence it is acting as reducing agent. Thus, hydrogen sulfide, ferrous sulfate, sodium thiosulfate, stannous chloride are acting as regular reducing agents. There is a case where the central atom of the compound is maintaining intermediate oxidation state. Neither it is higher oxidation state, nor it is lower oxidation state. It is having medium oxidation state. In chemical transformations, there are two ways for this. In one way of chemical reactions, it might increase the oxidation number and it might decrease the oxidation number in another way. Suppose if it enhances its oxidation number, then it is acting as reducing agent. If it reduces its oxidation number, then it is acting as oxidizing agent. Thus, compounds like nitrous acid, intermediate oxidation state is there for the nitrogen. Here it is maintaining +3 as the state. What is the state for the nitrogen here? +3 as the state. +3, whereas in hydrogen peroxide, oxygen is maintaining -1 as the state. So -1, it can decrease it to -2, it can increase it to either 0 or any of the things. Similarly, in sulfur dioxide, sulfur is maintaining +4 as the state. Compare it to +4, higher, +6 is there, lower, +2 is there. Similarly, sulfurous acid, H2SO3. These are all things where the central atom generally maintains medium oxidation state. It has chance to enhance and to decrease. Such kind of central atom associated compounds are acting as both oxidizing as well as the reducing agents under reaction conditions with the different varieties of the reagents. See, in nitrous acid HNO2, the structure of nitrous acid is like this, whereas nitrogen is having oxidation number of +3. If it is involved in chemical transformations, it may increase oxidation number of nitrogen from +3 to +5 because the group number is +5, the highest possible stablest oxidation state for nitrogen. In certain other reactions, it may decrease to +2 also. Thus, it is acting as reducing agent, it is acting as oxidizing agent. Similarly, in hydrogen peroxide, the oxidation number of oxygen is -1. In chemical transformations, it may increase oxidation number from -1 to 0. It may decrease oxidation number from -1 to -2. So therefore, it can act as both oxidizing as well as the reducing agent. Similarly, in sulfur dioxide, sulfur is maintaining +4 as the state, oxidation state, whereas this plus 4 oxidation state can be increased to plus 6, can be decreased to plus 2. Hence, it can act as both reducing as well as the oxidizing agent. In general, elements of higher electronegativity from their elemental state, nothing but lower oxidation state situation, want to decrease the oxidation number, hence they are acting as good oxidizing agents. Fluorine, chlorine, oxygen, higher electronegative elements. Fluorine want to convert from fluorine 0 to fluorine minus 1 by gaining of electrons. Hence it is acting as oxidizing agent. Similarly, chlorine want to convert from chlorine to chloride ion minus. Oxygen O2 is converted to O minus 2. Hence it is also acting as oxidizing agent. Similarly, in general, elements of lower electronegativity from their elemental state are acting as good reducing agents. Suppose lithium, sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium, aluminium. Suppose if I take aluminium elemental state of the starting material want to convert to positive oxidation state because it is relatively electropositive. So therefore it is losing electrons, hence it is undergoing oxidation, implies it is acting as reducing agent. Next part is calculation and the identification of the oxidation numbers. We will go for these of all compounds, related corresponding oxidation numbers, if possible structure followed by the connectivities and the reconnection, that is re-establishment of the oxidation number validity also have a discussion. The first compound is hydrogen cyanide, hydrogen isocyanide, nitric acid, potassium peroxide, Fe3O4, that is potassium, this is potassium iodide, this is hydrochloric acid, ferrous pentacarbonyl, that is ferrous oxide with some non-stoichiometric compound, hydrazine, this is ferrous ammonium sulfate, nitrosyl chloride, nitrosyl chlorate, Na2FeCN5NOS, sodium pentacyanum nitrosyl ferrate, and sodium thiosulfate, dimethyl sulfoxide, sodium tetrathionate, calcium oxychloride. These are the compounds. Let us go for each individual compound in detail. Yes, let us go for the hydrogen cyanide. The total atoms of elements present in the hydrogen cyanide are, one is hydrogen, carbon as well as the nitrogen. As far as electronegativities are concerned, hydrogen is less electronegative compared to hydrogen, carbon compared to carbon, nitrogen is more electronegative. Whereas the possible oxidation numbers related to general possible oxidation number, hydrogen, the least possible oxidation state, that is the possible oxidation state of hydrogen is +1, whereas carbon can maintain +2 and +4 in general, and nitrogen generally maintains -3. But that is a neutral species, hence the sum of the oxidation number should becomes equal to 0. That is nothing but what a particular case 1 + 2 3 and 3 of -3 will becomes equal to 0. This is valid case. The structure of hydrogen cyanide, if you look at, yes, carbon is maintaining 4 connectivities, nitrogen 3 connectivities, hydrogen has 1 connectivities. This connectivities related information is said to be the valency. We will discuss that one later. Whereas if I completely broken imaginarily this particular bond of carbon and the hydrogen, which is more electronegative to carbon, hence hydrogen is plus, carbon is minus. In between carbon and nitrogen, which is more electronegative, one second, nitrogen is more electronegative. On breaking the 3 bonds, it is attaining -3, it is attaining another +3, +3 -1, that is +2. Hence hydrogen is of +1 oxidation state, nitrogen is of -3 oxidation state, and carbon is present with the +2 as the oxidation state. Thus oxidation states, valencies and structural features all are interconnected with one another. The same logics are applied for the hydrogen isocyanide, whereas here hydrogen isocyanide, in which what happens is nitrogen is a central atom and nitrogen connected with carbon as well as the hydrogen. If you look at nitrogen normally maintains 3 bonds, yes, if it is having 3 bonds followed by carbon is forming 2 bonds followed by 1 vacant orbital as well as the 1 lone pair. Now a dative bond formation occurs from nitrogen to vacant orbital of the carbon. If I represent the dative bond in the form of arrow, it is like this. Whereas if I represent that one in the form of covalent bond, donor atom is getting 1 unit of positive charge, acceptor is getting 1 unit of negative charge. Now from this, if I break all the connectivities imaginarily, on breaking hydrogen and the nitrogen, the more electronegative is nitrogen, hence this particular hydrogen is getting +1. Nitrogen is already having +1. Now with -1 it becomes equal to nitrogen 0, followed by triple bonded oxygen with the 1 unit of negative charge. On breaking all connectivities, this nitrogen is of -3, carbon is of what? +2 is the oxidation state. Once again, hydrogen +1, nitrogen is of -3, carbon is of +2. All are the possible oxidation states matching leads to the formation of the structure which will gives the neutrality in the form of hydrogen isocyanide, where the chemical combination of hydrogen, nitrogen and the carbon is associated. Let us go for the next structure, that is nitric acid, whereas as per electronegativity is concerned, highest electronegativity is present for the oxygen and the hydrogen and nitrogen are having relatively lower electronegativity. To match the neutrality of the chemical composition of 1 hydrogen, 1 nitrogen and the 3 oxygens, generally the more electronegative element should maintain the negative oxidation state and all are maintaining positive oxidation state. The positive situation eligible for the hydrogen is just +1, but nitrogen, different variations are present. It can show generally +5, +3, etc. But as for stoichiometric relations of quantities of the number of atoms are concerned, the match of the oxidation numbers for the atoms of elements in the compound can be hydrogen +1, nitrogen +5 and the oxygen -2. The corresponding structure of nitric acid is nitrogen generally forms 3 bonds with 1 lone pair. Now another one oxygen atom which is having vacant orbital, because oxygen is maintaining only 4 electrons in the valency shell. So therefore 1s2, 2s2, 2p4, whereas another one lone pair, 6 electrons in the valency shell followed by another one vacant orbital is there. To that vacant orbital, the lone pair present on the nitrogen is donated, because nitrogen is relatively less electronegative. In between the competition of nitrogen and the oxygen, nitrogen can donate but not the oxygen. So therefore nitrogen easily donates towards the eagerly waiting oxygen pair, eagerly waiting substance, that is oxygen. As a result, a coordinate covalent bond, a dative bond formation occurs, hence we can represent the structure like this also. And if you want to write the structure of nitric acid in a covalent manner, donor is getting 1 unit of positive, acceptor is getting 1 unit of negative, followed by a line sigma bond connectivity can be written for the nitric acid. This is potassium superoxide, whereas as for electronegativities, potassium is lesser electronegative than the oxygen. Potassium should maintain positive, the oxygen chemical combination should maintain negative. But whereas potassium just shows +1 oxidation state, no other oxidation state is eligible for the potassium because it is first A group element. Whereas the encounter to the potassium, the anionic portion is O2. O2 should associate with the same magnitude of the negative oxidation state, that is of -1. That is O2 is eligible with the O2 -2. How O2 -2 is formed? O2 everybody knows, O2 after taking 1 electron it is converted to O2 -1. So therefore here potassium +1 followed by oxygen molecule with 1 extra electron, that is a double bond, that pi bond is written with the 3 electron bonds. That particular system of chemical connectivities and the electron association is there in the potassium superoxide. Potassium +1 followed by oxygen with 1 extra electron, whereas the pi bond is written in the form of 3 electrons. 3 electron bond is present between the oxygens, having a total of 1 unit of negative charge, that is KO2, potassium superoxide. In Fe3O4, ferrous is metal, can shows always positive oxidation states, and oxygen is the non-metal, generally shows the highest possible negative oxidation state, that is -2. Whereas if I take just to +2 situation, doesn't matches. If I take just to +3 situation, doesn't matches. On observation, it was found that it is not a pure compound, it is a mixture, 1:1 ratio of ferrous oxide as well as the ferric oxide. Whereas 2 + 1, 3 ferrous, and the 1 + 3, 4 oxygens, Fe3O4 is there. that is 1:1 ratio of FeO as well as Fe2O3. In this case, the oxidation state of ferrous one of the matching situation and maintains neutrality individually, Fe of +2, oxygen of -2. And this is also neutral overall, and the oxidation state of ferrous is of +3 and oxygen is of what? -2 is the oxidation states. This particular structure is known as potassium triiodide, whereas Ki3. As far electronegativity is concerned, potassium is metal positive, and the total counter negative charge should be borne by the 3 iodines, that is iodine with the negative charge. So potassium is reference because potassium never shows any other oxidation state. The counter equivalent amount of negative charge is held by 3 iodines, so therefore 3 iodines are having -1 unit of negative charge. The oxidation number of iodine is -1/3, and this is said to be the average oxidation number. The structure of I3- triiodide. Iodine we know, whereas iodine is connected with the iodine molecule is connected of 2 iodine atoms with the single bond having 3 lone pairs on each, whereas it is having vacant orbitals also. Whereas this is followed by 1 iodide having of extra 1 electron instead of 3 lone pairs, followed by 1 electron 7. It is having extra 1 electron, total 8, that is present in the form of 4 lone pairs. If it comes as a result of vacant orbital of iodine accepts the lone pair electron donated by the iodide, as a result we can represent that one in the form of D2 bond. Whereas if I write that one in the form of covalent bond for the oxidation numbers purpose, this is donor and this is acceptor. Acceptor is getting 1 unit negative. Donor is having 1 unit negative. Now it is getting 1 unit positive. Overall it will become equal to 0. So therefore the oxidation number of this iodine is 0, this iodine is -1, this iodine is 0. So not to get much confusion, what we are taking is averagely for these 3 iodine atoms, overall oxidation number is -1. So therefore average oxidation number will becomes equal to -1/3, 1/3 of unit of -1 quantity of oxidation number is present for the iodine in triiodide. Hydrozoic acid N3H, whereas electronegativities are concerned in such a way that hydrogen is positive, nitrogen is negative. The structure of hydrozoic acid is 3 nitrogens are connected linearly and one of the end nitrogen is connected with the hydrogen. Everywhere nitrogen maintains here 3 bonds followed by lone pair, 4 bonds, that's what 1 unit of positive charge, and here it is maintaining 2 bonds followed by extra 1 electron, that's what it is having 1 unit of negative charge. Overall 3 nitrogens, if I break this nitrogen and the hydrogen bond having -1 unit of charge, overall 3 nitrogens are having -1 unit of charge, so therefore average oxidation number of nitrogen is -1/3. Ferrous pentacarbonyl, whereas carbonyl related features for the electron pair donation. Carbon and oxygen connected with the double bond, oxygen is having 2 lone pairs, carbon is having 1 lone pair and the 1 vacant orbital. Now as for electronegativity, carbon is having lesser electronegativity than the oxygen, hence carbon is acting as donor. If carbon is acting as donor, it should donate its lone pair to the central atom like ferrous. As a result, it forms a coordinate covalent bond because central atom ferrous is having many of the vacant orbitals in it. Thus 5 carbonyls donates the lone pairs towards the ferrous and forms ferrous pentacarbonyl. If I disconnect the bonds, if I write this one in the form of covalent bonds followed by, if I disconnect, then carbonyl as a whole is not having any kind of charge. Carbonyl is neutral from the beginning, disconnection leads to the original situation. Hence carbonyl is maintaining 0 oxidation state, ferrous is also maintaining 0 oxidation states in the ferrous pentacarbonyl. FeO, Fe of 0.94, it is a non-stoichiometric compound, that is for easiness of understanding. For every 94 atoms of ferrous, we are having 100 atoms of oxygen. Whereas 94 ferrous atoms are maintaining a charge of 100 oxygen atoms equivalent. Every oxygen atom generally maintains -2 because it is non-metal, and the second combination is metal. That will becomes equal to 200 quantity wise. So within this 94, some of the ferrous atoms are of +2 state and some of the other are of +3 state. I am considering X number of 92, X number of 94 are plus 2 state and remaining 94 minus x is of plus 3, that should becomes equal to 200. As per the calculations, I came to know that this x, that is plus 2 containing are of 82 and plus 3 containing are remaining plus what, 12. That is ferrous 82 and oxygen 82 with plus 2 oxidation state, followed by ferrous 12 and the oxygen 18 of plus 3 oxidation state. Combination is Fe.940. Whereas if you want to calculate the average oxidation number also, yes, here oxygen is maintaining the oxidation number of -2. Hence, the corresponding oxidation number of ferrous can be calculated as, suppose 94 times of ferrous plus 200 minus 200 should becomes equal to 0, whereas oxidation number of ferrous will becomes equal to 200 divided by 94. This is the average oxidation number, which will lies between 2 and 3, whereas 2 related number of ferrous atoms are of this much and 3 related number of ferrous atoms are of 12 out of 94. Thereby the formula and the calculations becomes easy. Hydrazine N2H4, whereas as far as electronegativities, hydrogen is less electronegative compared to the nitrogen. Hence we are expecting positive oxidation state for the hydrogen and negative oxidation state for the nitrogen. But here this +1 and the -3 does not matches. The stoichiometric relations of quantities does not matches because there is a connectivity of nitrogen and nitrogen. That's what it is not matching. Hence the structure, because remaining all are monovalent atoms, 4 monovalent atoms can be connected with 2 nitrogens combination, whereas nitrogen also requires an establishment. The hydrogen structure is nitrogen single bond followed by each nitrogen is connected with the 2 hydrogens. Now here hydrogen +1 and nitrogen after breaking these connectivities -2, and this elemental connectivity breaking does not gives any kind of other oxidation states. Hence hydrogen is +1, nitrogen is -2, and every remaining 2 also maintains the same. These are the oxidation states of nitrogen and the hydrogen present in hydrazine. More salt, it is also a double salt known as ferrous ammonium sulfate hexahydrate is known as the more salt. That is ferrous sulfate, ammonium sulfate and water 1:1:6 ratio it is present. Ferrous Fe2 plus sulfate SO4 2 minus. From the sulfuric acid structure it is clear, whereas sulfur is maintaining +6 oxidation state, every oxygen is maintaining -2 state. That is also similar in the ammonium sulfate also. Whereas ammonium formation, ammonia reaction with ammonia in combination with H plus vacant orbital containing hydrogen without having electron. As lone pair is donated, a day2 bond formation occurs. So therefore, though day2 bond formation occurs as per neutrality, the same situation is maintained. Nitrogen maintains -3 state, every oxygen maintains -2 state, and water related information is known, whereas hydrogen is +1 and oxygen is -2. That is ferrous ammonium sulfate. Overall, ferrous is of +2, ammonia is of +1, sulfate is of -2, and water is neutral molecule. Nitrosyl chloride, NOCl. Whereas as far electronegativities are concerned, compared to nitrogen, chlorine is having higher electronegativity. Compared to chlorine, oxygen is having higher electronegativity. It should a 1:1:1 ratio of nitrogen, oxygen and the chlorine should maintain 0 as the oxidation number. That is possible if I take nitrogen with the positive oxidation states and the chlorine as well as the oxygen with the negative oxidation states. Positive possible states are +3 and +5, but that +5 condition does not works, +3 condition works. The structure related to the nitrosyl chloride by maintaining their valencies as it is, whereas oxygen after breaking the bonds imaginarily to get the oxidation number, oxygen is of -2, nitrogen is of +3, chlorine is of -1. Whereas sometimes what happens is this cation and anion can also be present individually. This is nitrosylium cation. Whereas if this bond is broken in favor of the chlorine, Cl with the Cl minus, NO in the form of NO plus is said to be the nitrosylium cation. NOClO4 is said to be the nitrosylium cation. Already nitrosylium already made a discussion, that is NO plus followed by ClO4 minus. Chlorine connected with the 4 oxygens having 1 unit of negative charge. Cl maximum can form the 7 bonds. 7s are formed and this oxygen is having extra 1 electron, that is 4 lone pairs are present. So therefore here connectivity followed by 3 lone pairs are extra present over that one. So therefore here it is overall minus 1 unit of charge. If I write everything, but here it is an extra another 1 electron pair, another 1 electron is present extra, that sigma bond is broken in favor of that oxygen, hence it is having 1 unit of negative charge. This is nitrosyllium cation, nitrosyllium chloride. Next one is Na2FeCN5NO. Whereas the possibilities related to the oxidation states of all the things, if you look at sodium +1 only maintained, ferrous can maintain, iron can maintain Fe2 plus and Fe3 plus, cyanide always maintains the -1, whereas nitrosyl can maintain nitrosyl with neutral, nitrosyl with positive. But out of all possibilities, the validity is sodium +1, suppose Fe3 plus nitrosyl should be 0. Whereas if Fe is of Fe of 2 plus, then nitrosyl should be 1 unit of positive. Experimental evidences reveals that in this Na2FeCN5NO, nitrosyl is present in the form of nitrosyllium cation, hence the corresponding oxidation numbers of sodium +1, Fe +2, cyanide -1, as well as nitrosyllium of +1 oxidation states are present. Whereas the oxidation numbers of FeNO, H2O, 5SO4, from experiments it revealed that ferrous is maintaining +1 state, nitrosyl NO is maintaining +1 state as nitrosyllium, water is of 0 oxidation state, and sulfate is of -2 oxidation state. Hence, the oxidation number of ferrous is Fe +1. Sodium tetrathionate, Na2S4O6. As per electronegativities are concerned, sodium less electronegative, compared to sodium, sulfur is more electronegative, compared to sulfur, oxygen is more electronegative. As for the quantities of atoms present in the neutral molecule, oxygen should maintain higher oxidation number, that is negative oxidation number, and the remaining two should maintain the positive oxidation states. Whereas sodium maintains just +1, but sulfur can maintain a range, and sulfur is having many in number, any contradiction can be present. So therefore oxygen only one variety, and that oxygen normally maintains in between these of all -2 as the oxidation state, because there we are not expecting any kind of peroxide bonds. So therefore 2 sodium 4 sulfur plus 6 oxygen should becomes equal to 0. As per general information, sodium always +1, whereas oxygen always -2, sulfurs we want to find out should becomes equal to 0, and thus we came to know that every sulfur is of averagely +2.5 is the oxidation state. Whereas the structure related to sodium tetrathionate is 4 sulfur atoms are connected with one another. In the mid, just sulfurs 2 are connected just like peroxide bond. Whereas remaining 2 sulfur atoms present in the form of sulfate structures like S double bond O followed by O minus and Na, sodium tetrathionate. Whereas if you look at the specific oxidation numbers of sulfur atoms, this sulfur is maintaining +5 as the state, and this sulfur is maintaining 0 as the state. 4 sulfurs overall maintaining 10. For each sulfur is maintaining averagely 2.5. Plus 2.5 is the average oxidation state, and individual oxidation states not helps much, becomes more complicated. Though if you want, for your knowledge, the structure as well as the individual oxidation states of sulfurs are, this is +5, these 2 sulfur atoms are 0, and this sulfur atom is maintaining +5 as the oxidation state. Yes, that is DMSO, known as dimethyl sulfoxide, having formula methyls twice followed by SO. Whereas here the electronegativities are concerned, hydrogen compared to hydrogen, hydrogen is lesser than carbon, is lesser than sulfur, is lesser than oxygen. Most highest oxygen maintains -2, most least hydrogen maintains +1. Whereas remaining two varies on behalf of their corresponding connectivities. They may maintain either positive or negative. Becomes complicated to say anything. Let us go for the structure, it reveals the secrets. Methyl is there, methyl is always +1, hence go for the structure of dimethyl sulfoxide. whereas here hydrogen is showing +1, carbon is showing -2. Whereas if I take just methyl, methyl is showing +1 as the oxidation state. So these methyls are connected with the sulfur, sulfur is connected with the oxygen. Hence, on behalf of electronegativities, if you break all the connectivities, on breaking these two connectivities, sulfur is maintaining +2. On breaking this one, -1, on breaking this one, -1. Overall oxidation number of sulfur in dimethyl sulfoxide is 0. Thus, every hydrogen is of +1, carbon is of -2, sulfur is 0, and oxygen is of -2 as the oxidation state. Sodium thiosulfate, Na2S2O3, whereas electronegativities of sodium, sulfur and oxygen are in increasing order. Sodium +1 is maintained, oxygen -2 is maintained, sulfur more than one atoms are there and it can maintain a range. There is a doubt related to the average oxidation number as well as the individual oxidation number. Calculation of average oxidation number: 2 sodiums +2 and 3 oxygens -6 plus 2 sulfurs overall should becomes equal to 0. That is, sulfur is equal to +2 as the oxidation state, that is average oxidation state. If you look at the structure of sodium thiosulfate, yes, sulfur sulfur one double bond connectivity and sulfur oxygen double bond connectivity followed by 2 sulfur oxygen connectivities are there. So if I break all the connectivities of this particular sulfur sulfur double bond, here sulfur is less electronegative, sulfur is less electronegative, sulfur is less electronegative. The set of 2 sulfurs are having +4 as the oxidation state, hence sulfur is maintaining +2 as the average oxidation number. Bleaching powder, calcium oxychloride, as per electronegativities, calcium is lesser than chlorine and the highest oxidation number is present for the oxygen, whereas higher negative oxidation state, lower positive oxidation states. If you go ahead, then 2 chlorines are maintaining 0 as the oxidation state, each chlorine has 0, that is average oxidation state. If you look at the structure of the bleaching powder on behalf of the chemical combinations, calcium can form 2 bonds, oxygen can form 2 bonds, and the chlorine can form 1 bond. So this connectivity is established if it is like this structure. So calcium in this maintaining +2 as the state, oxygen is maintaining -2 as the state, whereas one chlorine is maintaining +1 and another chlorine is maintaining -1. Here, if you look at here, this particular calcium is less electronegative, so therefore this bond is polarized in favor of chlorine, hence this chlorine is maintaining -1. Here oxygen is more electronegative, this bond is polarized in favor of oxygen imaginarily, so therefore chlorine is maintaining +1 is the oxidation state. Thus, overall 2 chlorines are maintaining +1, -1 will becomes equal to 0 as the average oxidation state. We will discuss some more compounds and some more complicated structures related to the oxidation number of the things in the next video.